I am obviously in Minecraft. Hopefully everybody who's seeing this already knows what Minecraft looks like, but very specifically I'm in a very old school creative server. Um, and a very special project is taking place on this server. Some of you may have heard about this before, some of you may not have. I was super excited when I first heard about it. It's a mega object project, and there may be others out there than this one, but this is uh, probably the biggest one I've ever seen. It's this group of people started out with one guy, as far as I can see, and it's now a huge group of people that have gotten together and are just putting in their own time to construct the Starship Enterprise, like the one from the Next Generation, that really, really, really big ship. And it's as close to a one-to-one scale model as Minecraft is basically going to allow us to get it, or allow them to get it. I shouldn't really say us, like I've had a big part in it. I think I might look to become a builder, but at this point I'm just a guest wandering around. I can't do anything. If I break a block, it comes back. If I place a block, it goes away. I don't have the user privileges. But it's all quite exciting. I'm walking around the tutorial area now. I'm pretty sure this is just obviously to teach new contributors to the project how they want things laid out. And it's a little bit of an easier way to give a short preview of how the inside of the ship is going to look, like this being a corridor. Anybody who anybody who is used to seeing The Next Generation is a fan of Star Trek The Next Generation. When they walk around in the ship, they have sort of the tan-colored hallways with the black computer panel wall running along it. And that's what they tried to do here, and I think it's, sand and obsidian. Simple, but effective. And this, we're walking into this water here, is actually a turbolift, is what this is meant to be. And there's actually a few decks in the tutorial area here. So you float up, you swim upward through the column of water, and that's what a turbo shaft is in this particular implementation of the Enterprise. Just kind of try to get on this middle floor here. You just hop out wherever you want to. Or if you want to sink a little faster, you can hold down Shift. So, without further ado, let's speed hack our way out here. I also have the render distance turned down, as you can see, for the purposes of this, because I want to try to do some sort of a dramatic reveal, and it might go terribly. I might not press the draw distance button enough times, and yeah, we'll see how badly I fail here. So without further ado, at full draw distance, here it is in all of its frame per second killing glory, the Starship USS Enterprise. As you can see, NCC 1701D. I've got a pretty good CPU. I've got a very good video card, and I'm getting 10 frames per second. And even with the sort of old school 8-bit looking graphics with all of these blocks, just the sheer number of objects, because there is physics in the game, and that there's tens of thousands of blocks. There has to be tens of thousands of blocks. This ship in actual Star Trek is 650 meters long. I think it's actually a bit bigger here because they're limited a little bit by, like, the block you see sort of bobbling around in my hand as I run around is a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So the smallest thing they can make is 1 by 1 by 1. So they probably have to add, you end up adding a little bit here and there as you go. So you end up with, I think this is about a 750 meters from sort of tip to toe, stem to stern, whatever you want to call it. So it's that many meters long, 200, almost 300 high, and 500 wide, I think. And each of these little blocks, you can see each individual block as I sort of go under this one very small part of the ship. It's block, 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 and not only is there the exterior, there's the whole interior volume. It's actually going to have all the decks. It's going to have a bunch of rooms. They're using real blueprints that somebody drew back in the 80s when they were putting the concept for this show together. And I mean real blueprints. Blueprints as in, if we actually had the technology to build this stuff, somebody could just go slap some girders together, follow the blueprint, and have a real Enterprise D. That's how good these blueprints were. So This is, from what I understand, I'm not an expert on the subject, but this is about 6 months into this project. I recall seeing a video on YouTube from around October of 2010 where the entire ship looked a lot like what you see sort of down here. Down here you just sort of see it's just deck plates. I mean, I can sort of super jump and show you here a little bit. You just see it's just floor, 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 floor. There's no walls, there's no rooms. It was just the basic skeletal layout was pretty much all that was all the way up through. But at this point now, I'll start flying around to show us a little better. Actually, I have an even better way to fly. Here we go. I won't use this, I'm sorry. I'm just a little new to this myself here. I don't know what that was, some sort of ghetto flying where it just makes a constant floor of glass underneath you. Well, the program I have, there's actually a hack to really fly, and it's allowed because that's sort of the point of this. It's creative. You're not supposed to be limited by, well, you can't fly, you can't walk through walls. It's a video game. Let's make use of it and actually be able to, walk through walls and ceilings and fly around and stuff. So I'll fly around and give a bit better of a view of some other things. Really takes a toll when I'm recording a video. You guys should thank me for watering down the quality of my gameplay like this with my 10 frames per second. This is not fun at all, but it's all in the name of science and entertainment, mostly. I want to show you guys just how incredibly awesome this is. Like, just to show you the scale, I'm getting right up close. Each of these bricks is 1 by 1 meter. Your character in this game is about 2 meters tall. So if I go right up against the underside of the hull here, just look at this. Look at how insanely massive this object is that they're putting together. It's absurd. Absurd in a good way, but it's still absurd. Just look at this thing. It's the underside. I mean, they've got the nacelles here. The exterior is basically all done. Like I was saying, we'll go down a little bit here. And right here is where they still haven't gotten past just the deck plates, right? They just got the skeleton. But the last deck they do have done right here is deck 34 out of 42. So in terms of actually filling out the structure of the ship, they're almost done. And yeah, it has been 6 months, so you think, how in the name of God is anybody actually putting this much time into this over this kind of amount of time? But when you have a collaborative project like this, it's whoever wants to, you can sign up, and they sort of show you how they want you to do things, and then off you go on your own time. You come in, log into the server, chip in 5 minutes, an hour, all day, whatever you want. You're either a grown-up or you're on the computer at 4 in the morning without your parents' permission. So either way, they don't care. It's your life. You can waste it as you see fit. And a bunch of these people have decided to waste it on this fantastically nerdy and fantastically awesome pursuit of building a life-size Starship Enterprise D. And even though it is all blocky and made out of cubes, the level of detail that they have managed, even just on the exterior, is phenomenal. And somebody apparently didn't want to build the ship as itself, so they decided to build a big, huge, long docking port tunnel, just like the ones they had in the show, where they were docked at whatever starbase, and they had the sort of painting that they had, or the still shot, whatever it was, of this huge docking port tunnel connecting to this exact docking port. So the attention to detail is what really impresses me. Hugely impressive attention to detail. Let me find a way into the ship here. So we'll do this. Now, standing atop the whole ship, basically, the bridge is under my feet. And these, in Minecraft, this is water. Looks watery enough. But since they use the water physics here, so that because you float and sink gently through water like this, you don't drown in creative mode, but you float and sink through it. So that's what they fill the turbo shafts with, water, so that they don't have to use stairs, because it's the Enterprise. Who uses stairs? So You have a turbo lift. And out we come onto deck 1, also known as the bridge. You can see con and ops, the captain's chair, the view screen, another player. This is publicly open to everybody. Oh, he's being talkative. This is the ready room. I guess this is the couch, and this is Picard's desk. And this is Replicator, where he gets his tea Earl Grey hot. And I don't know if this is the captain's crapper or something. I don't know. This is that other room that he could go into next to his ready room that you never actually saw inside. Anyway, I should stop. I'm filming. I should be paying attention to you, my loyal audience, all 3 of you who are ever going to watch this. So this is the bridge. And obviously they have the turbo lifts at all 4 corners, and sort of this is the other access out to outdoors, basically. And where is this? Here we go. Here's the observation lounge / briefing room. You can see there's screen and screen.